Councilors, I'm going to hereby call the October 22nd full City Council, 7 p.m. To order. Please stand and salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening, councilors. I just want to let you know I did speak to the council president. Dennis is doing a lot better. He's feeling stronger. I literally just got off the phone about 20 minutes ago with him. He does expect to, again, be back here at the second meeting in November. And with that being said, I did send an email out this afternoon. I hope everybody got it. But because the Brockton High School Drama Club will be utilizing this location, the Rom Little Theater, as of Monday, again, next Monday's the 5th Monday, we do not meet, but as of the first Monday, which is November 5th, through Monday, December 3rd, we're going to be meeting at 135 Belmont Street, also known as the Unknown School, in the auditorium. Again, for the general public, you walk right in. You don't have to go through the building. It's just that the auditorium is right there, street level. We're going to be meeting there for a month. That goes, big thank you to Mike Thomas, Assistant Superintendent. He was able to coordinate that. It will be mic'd up. The volume's going to be a lot better than the War Memorial, so that's going to be the location. Plus, it's going to be easier for President Iannieri to get in and out of as well. So again, if you could just note that, November 5th through December 3rd, unknown, at 7 p.m. every Monday. With that being said, if we could go on to, Council Monahan, the Ward 2 Councilor, is unable to attend tonight as well. With that being said, we're going to go on to agenda item number 1, please.
The acceptance of minutes of October 9, 2018.
Accepted and placed on file.
Appointment of Sandra Knight, 153 Boylston Street, Brockton, Director of Personnel for a term of 3 years. I'm sorry, excuse me. Mariel Lopes Alves, 23 Smith Avenue, Brockton, as a constable in the city of Brockton for a term of 3 years.
Referred to finance.
Lohan Moria of 11 Bellevue Avenue, Brockton, as a constable in the city of Brockton for a term of 3 years.
That's referred to finance.
Deborah Hodges, Pabon, 21 Field Street, Brockton, Cultural Council for a 6-year term.
Referred to finance.
The appointment of David A. Asiaf, Tarkin Hill Lane, Bridgewater, as a constable in the city of Brockton for a term of 3 years.
Council
Mr.
Azak.
President, Mr. Asiaf is going to be here this evening. He might be on his way, but he contacted me. He is a constable in Ward 7, and he's been a constable for over 40 years. And due to a time-sensitive matter, he's asked me if we could act on this evening.
So you're making a motion to act on the suspension
Yes.
of rules and acting it this night. This is in the form of a motion. Is there a second? There's a second. All in favor of that? All opposed? We're going to act on that favorable. And we're going to act on the suspension of the rules. That being said, Madam Clerk, kindly read the roll.
Lasak?
Yes.
Beauregard?
Yes.
Cruz?
Yes.
Darrencourt?
Yes.
Barwell?
Yes.
Lally?
Yes.
DeCastro?
Yes.
Rodriguez? Sullivan?
Yes.
It's 9 in the affirmative.
The reappointment is hereby confirmed, councilors.
I move for reconsideration and hopes it does not prevail.
Second.
So motion for reconsideration, hopes it doesn't prevail, is properly seconded. All in favor of reconsideration, please raise your hand. All opposed, motion for reconsideration does not prevail, councilors.
Reappointment of James C. Doucette, 260 Torrey Street, as a constable in the city of Brockton for a 3-year term.
Refer to Finance Committee, please.
Report of the Finance Committee for its meeting of October 15, 2018.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the Chief of Police requested the City Council authorizes to expend grant monies related to fiscal 2018 U.S. Department of Justice Bulletproof Vest Program grant in the amount of $39,350.50.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the mayor recommending the same.
That too is accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the CFO relative to the same.
Also accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the Chief of Police requested the City Council authorizes to expend monies from the Mass Department of Public Health's legislative earmark funding in the amount of $50,000.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the mayor recommending the same.
Councilors, accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the CFO relative to the same.
That too is accepted and placed on file.
We have a communication from the, let's go back here, to 14. Communication from the CFO, recommending them same. I'm sorry, we're on item 15. Okay. From the Chief of Police requested the City Council authorize a request to locate approximately $200,000 in revenue to support the installation of a new roof at the police station located at 7 Commercial Street. Rainwater constantly leaks into building on second floor to include the detective area with all associated investigative and arrest reports. Other office areas, and most recently in the newly renovated Sergeant Tracy Barber's Academy room that just cost $50,000.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the mayor recommending the
That too is
same.
accepted and placed on file.
CFO relative to the same.
Also accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the mayor, in accordance with Mass General Laws, Chapter 44, recommending that the city council authorize the total appropriation of $700,000 unappropriated estimate receipts of the general fund fiscal 19 to stabilization fund in order to increase the balance in that fund.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the CFO relative to the same.
Council is also accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the mayor, in accordance with Mass General Laws, Chapter 44, recommending that the city council authorize a total appropriation of $24,507.10 from unappropriated estimate receipts of the general fund fiscal 19 to Fund 3116, FEMA reimbursement $18,315.32, Fund 3332, fiscal 17, State 911 grant $4,785.02, Fund 3340, fiscal 18 911 training $774.30, Fund 4113, school roof repairs $632.46, in order to eliminate balance sheets deficit after final reimbursements from the state or federal government for reimbursable expenditure grants.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the CFO relative to the same.
That too is accepted and placed on file.
We have the appointment of Sandra Knight as the Human Resources Director of the City of Brockton, and City Council, October 9th. Did I skip 22?
22.
Let me go back to that. Okay, from the CFO. Communication from the CFO submitting a replacement Chapter 324 certification letter to the mayor and members of the city council dated September 17, 2018, with a revised letter which provides an unconditional certification in accordance with Section 5 of Chapter 324 of the Acts of 1990, certifying the proposed loan order and appropriation of $5 million for added financing costs related to the Petronelli Way Municipal Parking Garage Project without a detrimental impact on the existing level of municipal services.
Accepted and placed on file.
The appointment of Sandra Knight as the Human Resources Director of the City of Brockton, and Council, October 9, 2018. Written referred to Standing Committee on Finance. That report was favorable as amended.
Councilors, the questions on confirmation by roll call vote, and again, we did amend this. As you remember, Ms. Knight stood before us last Monday night. Madam Clerk, if you could kindly read the roll.
President, it
Counselor.
doesn't say, but it's a 3-year term, am I correct? It doesn't say what the,
Says it on page 1.
I'm sorry?
Says
Is the
it on
next page, is it?
number 1. Number
I'm
2.
sorry.
Number 2 says it, doesn't it?
24?
3-year term. You got
Say
it?
number 2.
It's a 3-year term.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
3-year term.
Thank you.
If we could kindly read the roll.
Asak?
Yes.
Beauregard?
Yes.
Cruz?
Yes.
Davenport?
Yes.
Farwell?
Yes.
Lally?
Yes.
Castro?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Sullivan?
Yes.
9 in the affirmative.
Appointment is hereby confirmed.
An appropriation of additional grant funds in the amount of $40,822 from Executive Office of Public Safety and Security State 911 Department, fiscal 2019, Public Safety Answering Point and Regional Emergency Communication Center Support and Incentive Grants to City of Brockton Police Department, fiscal 2019, Public Safety Answering Point and Regional Emergency Communication Center Support and Incentive Grant Fund. And Council, October 9, 2018. Ready to refer to Standing Committee on Finance. That report is favorable.
Questions on adoption by roll call vote. Madam Clerk, kindly read the roll.
Asak?
Yes.
Beauregard?
Yes.
Cruz?
Yes.
Davenport?
Yes.
Farwell?
Yes.
Lally?
Yes.
Castro?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Sullivan?
Yes.
9 in the affirmative.
Appropriation is hereby confirmed.
Order that the sum of $5 million is appropriated to pay additional costs of developing a parking garage and for making street and traffic improvements within the development district approved by the city and being undertaken in conjunction with Trinity Financial. And to meet this appropriation, the treasurer, with the approval of the mayor, is authorized to borrow said amount under and pursuant to Mass General Laws, Chapter 40Q, the District Improvement Finance Statute, Mass General Laws, Chapter 44, and/or any other enabling authority, and to issue bonds or notes of the city, therefore, that such bonds or notes shall be general obligations of the city. Although such bonds or notes shall be payable in the first instance from property tax revenues expected to be derived from new development within a development district. The amount authorized to be borrowed pursuant to this order shall be expended in addition to all amounts previously appropriated by the city for this project, as well as all other amounts received by the city from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and from Trinity Financial to pay cost of the project. Ordered, any premium received by the city upon the sale of any bonds or notes approved by this order, less any such premiums applied to the payment of the cost of issuance of such bonds or notes, may be applied to the payment of costs approved by this order in accordance with Mass General Laws, Chapter 44, Section 20 of the General Laws, thereby reducing the amount authorized to be borrowed to pay such costs by a like amount. Ordered that the city treasurer is authorized to file an application with the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Municipal Finance Oversight Board to qualify under Chapter 44A of the General Laws any and all bonds and notes of the city authorized by this vote, and to provide such information and execute such documents as the Municipal Finance Oversight Board of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts may require. In council, September 24, 2018. Read and refer to Standing Committee on Finance. That report is favorable.
Councilors, the questions on passage to a third reading by hand vote. All in favor, please raise your hand. All opposed, it's passed to a third reading.
Resolved that the Chief Financial Officer, John Condon, and Director of Planning and Economic Development, Robert may come before a committee of this City Council to review the parking garage project, the reasons for the deficit, and the strategies to ensure adequate funding for the construction of this facility. In council, September 24th, 2018, read and refer to the Standing Committee on Finance. That report is favorable.
Questions on adoption by roll call vote. Madam Clerk, kindly read the roll.
Asak?
Yes.
Beauregard?
Yes.
Cruz?
Yes.
Darrencourt?
Yes.
Farwell?
Yes.
Lally?
Yes.
Nicastro?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Sullivan?
Yes.
9 in the affirmative.
Resolve is hereby adopted.
Order that the City Council authorize the acceptance and expenditures of additional grant funds in the amount of $50,000 from Massachusetts Department of Public Health Legislative Earmark Funding Grant to City of Brockton Police Department Legislative Earmark Funding Grant Fund.
Refer to Finance Committee.
Appropriation of $200,000 from unappropriated estimate receipts for the general fund fiscal 19 to Police Department capital.
Refer to Finance Committee.
An appropriation of $24,507.10 from unappropriated estimate receipts of the general fund fiscal 19 to FEMA reimbursement, $18,315.32. Fiscal 17, State 911 grant, $4,785.02. Fiscal 18, 911 training, $774.30. School repairs, $632.46.
Refer to Finance Committee.
Total appropriation of $700,000 from unappropriated estimate receipts of the general fund fiscal 19 to stabilization fund.
Refer to Finance Committee.
Ordered that the City Council authorizes the acceptance and expenditures of the additional grant funds in the amount of $39,350.50 from the U.S. Department of Justice fiscal 2018 Bulletproof Vest Program grant to City of Brockton Police Department fiscal 2018 Bulletproof Vest Program grant fund.
Refer to Finance.
Resolved to invite Larry Raleigh, the head of the Department of Public Works, and a representative from Traffic to discuss with the City Council the situation with snow removal, parking on streets, and other concerns that arise during the winter months.
Refer to Finance.
A resolve to invite Larry Raleigh, the head of the Department of Public Works for the city, to inform the City Council and the public with an update on the new street lights.
Refer to finance.
Resolved to invite the city solicitor or a representative from the law department to inform the city council and the public as to the new contract with Comcast, or if the new contract has not yet been signed, information as to where we as a community stand on this issue.
Refer to finance.
All of the items on the agenda are available in their entirety for review in the city clerk's office for all interested parties.
Councilors, we kind of breezed through that agenda tonight, huh? That's kind of refreshing. I do want to say, for those that don't sit on the ordinance committee, we had a very productive meeting. I want to thank the four individuals that sit on that with me last week. And if you could mark your calendars, I had stated last week we'll be having one in early November. I just confirmed with Shannon, we will. Wednesday, November 7th. We will be having it at the Unknown Auditorium.
Wednesday.
Okay?
Okay.
November 7th, 6 p.m. We're going to have an ordinance meeting that night, and it will be both licensing regs, which we should be finalizing, and also the zoning that night as well. So if we can just earmark that for your dates, I'd appreciate that. Anybody have a moment of personal privilege, Counselor?
Moment of personal privilege.
Absolutely, Counselor.
I would like to announce my, the date for the Accounts Committee. For the councils that sit on the Accounts Committee, we will be having a meeting on Tuesday, October 30th at 4 p.m. at City Hall in the at the basement level. So we'll see everybody there. I gave everybody their packets this evening. On another note, I'd like to announce, and I believe my colleagues all received a call from the mayor's office, that we will be celebrating the reopening of Walker Playground this Thursday, October 25th at 5 p.m. We've spent about $500,000 in renovations, which was grant money that came to the city. So at that time, we will also dedicate, there's a dedication to Mike Von George, who dedicated much of his time to our youth and baseball. So that will be taking place this Thursday, October 25th at 5 p.m. I look forward to seeing everybody there. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. Counselor Beauregard, please.
Thank you. A moment of personal privilege.
Absolutely, Counselor.
Okay, thank you. I just want to remind people that there's the early voting, and it's Monday through Friday of this week, October 22nd to 26th, from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Westgate Mall, right next to the Dunkin' Donuts, and on Saturday, the 27th, from 9 to 5. And then Monday, October 29th to Thursday, November 1st, from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. On Friday, November 2nd, it will be from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. And that concludes, all of it will be at Westgate Mall inside next to the Dunkin' Donuts. And it's an opportunity for those to vote early. And just so that people realize that, you know, what I say, it's kind of informal, having done it 2 years ago, and it's an opportunity, and that is the last day, Friday, November 2nd. And then again, everyone can certainly look at voting on Tuesday, November 6th, from 7 in the morning to 8 p.m. at night. So thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. Yeah. You're Mr. Morera? Mr. Morera, so your appointment is agenda item number 4. Protocol under the city Brockton. We're sitting right now as the full city council. We sit as a subcommittee known as the Finance Committee. It was referred to Finance Committee. So that matter, along with the other appointments, will be heard at the next Finance Committee meeting, which will be on Monday, November 5th. And it won't be here. It will be at the Unknown School on 135 Belmont Street. So we're glad you came tonight, but the protocol is we wouldn't have you before us tonight, but you will be before us. You can come and give us some information at that time. Thank you very much. We appreciate your interest.
Good luck.
I'm sorry, Mr. Fowle, please.
Yeah, Mr. President, just an inquiry, is item number 28, does that refer to the capital needs of the police department for roof repair? It would seem to. Am I correct?
To Police Department Capital?
Yes. I'm assuming, but I wanted clarification. Is that money for the roof repairs that are referenced in the communication from the mayor earlier in the agenda?
I believe it is, yes.
Well, I'm going to suggest to all of you that we act on this under suspension of the rules. If we have water coming in There's sensitive electronic equipment, there's damage that could be done, and this amount will certainly be pursuant to bids that were issued, and I think we ought to get the project rolling before the bad weather comes
point.
in. So I'm
Okay.
going to move suspension of the rules to act on this tonight.
Councilors, I'm gonna pull back the referral to finance on agenda item number 28.
Okay, that's nice.
It's a form of a motion to act on the suspension of rules. It was properly seconded by Councilor at large. All in favor of acting on the suspension of rules? All opposed? Madam Clerk, if you could kindly read the roll.
Asak?
Yes.
Beauregard?
Yes.
Cruz?
Yes.
Darrencourt?
Yes.
Farwell?
Yes.
Lally?
Yes.
Castro?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Sullivan?
Yes.
9 in the affirmative.
Appropriation is hereby confirmed.
I'll
and
move
approved.
reconsideration in the hopes that it does not
Second.
prevail.
Motion, reconsideration, hopes it doesn't prevail, is properly second. All in favor of reconsideration, raise your hands. All opposed, motion for reconsideration does not prevail. Thank you for picking that up,
That's a good
Counselor.
idea, yeah.
Anything else before us tonight? Seeing none, I'm going to wish everybody a good evening, and go Red Sox tomorrow night. Thank you.
No.